Hello traders, in this video I'm going to take you through the average daily range indicator developed by Blaz. The indicator is going to be free for everyone to use. I've looked into the indicators available in the market. I couldn't really find something that meets our requirement, so I thought to develop one. Mainly, the indicator composes of three main components. The first one is this table below here, which provides some statistics of the previous historical average daily ranges, as well as the average daily range of the previous number of days that you choose based on the user's preference. You can see the today's range and the percentage of the average daily range that we've used today. And it's presented in a percentage format. The other thing you can see on the charts are these vertical and horizontal lines. These are basically the daily open time and price. So on each day open, you can see there is a vertical separation by time, as well as a horizontal line that shows you the price of the daily open. And this is based on the number of days you choose. At the moment, you can see we have 5 days. We're looking at, so you'll have this line separating for 5 days. The other thing you can see here are these zones. These are basically the areas remaining out of this day, which is the latest day we have, for us to consume 100% of the average daily range. So at the moment, if you look here, we have the average daily range to be for the S&P 500. This is on Friday, the 24th of October, 2025. You can see the average daily range for 5 previous days is around 86.5. And today we've just moved 64.75, which means is that we still have a couple of points to go. And if you measure from the bottom of this day's price to 86.5, you will see it's around here, based on the statistics. Same for the highest price we've reached to the bottom where the zone shows you, it's 86.5. So rather than you going and doing this manually on the chart, you will see it populated already there, and it will dynamically update as the price prints. So in this case, we have the average daily range to be 86.5. If we move as we consume that area, you can see it's reducing from the bottom and the top. And you can see these numbers dynamically change for today and percentage of use. So the main idea for this is just to help traders measure the volatility of the day and see how much range do we still have during that day until we consume it 100%, to be more careful, to provide better risk management, so that if price is somewhere up here, you would know, okay, I only have this range where higher probability price would reach. Otherwise, it might not go beyond that based on statistical data of previous historical data. It tells me that price can mostly reach there and it might stall, might consolidate, it might reverse. Otherwise, in days that actually this is from the beginning is quickly purged, the average daily range, that means that day has a lot of volatility and we're expecting price to push quite a lot during that day. And an example of that you can see is this day here, where we had news from Trump, and you can see around a couple of candles, 2 candles, we've already consumed the average daily range based on the previous days, and it tells us this has already been consumed around 315, which is almost 3 times the average daily range. And this shows that this day has a lot of volatility and you might expect some continuation. So you can use this as per your preference, but it's already there available for everyone to use. So one thing, it's not in the settings before we jump there. what I have is that part of these settings, you can see the percentage used, it will be black, just the color of the font is black, same as all the previous figures. But once we exceed 100%, it's going to turn to orange. And if we exceed 150, it's going to turn red, as you can see. So it's just a tiny addition there. So what you will be able to do with this indicator is set some alerts. So whenever we exceed 100%, you're going to be notified. And you can have this in the background just in case, to be aware whenever we exceed the daily ranges, so that you be more conservative, considering that the daily range is already consumed. So you don't want to go for large moves, positioning yourself for a trade of, let's say, 3 to 4 hour, because that's going to be less likely for price to deliver. So to set an alert, just enable this, and then you jump into these 3 dots. You will need to, of course, be on now chart, not in replay mode. Once you enable that alert, you come here, add alert, and then just create this. Whenever price consumes 100%, you will be notified, and you can see your alert is already set on the alerts menu. So let's go back. Looking at the settings, you can change the number of days you're looking back at from 1 day up to 20 days. And the indicator will populate that, will show you using these vertical lines and these horizontal lines. So basically, if you count these days, you'll see there 20. Also down here, you can see you have 20 days worth of average daily ranges for each one of those. And mainly, yeah, that's self-explanatory actually. For the table, you can remove it completely if you don't want to see it and you just want to focus on other things. You can also, if you use large numbers, and if you want more than 20, let me know. Once you have large numbers, this table is going to be quite large and it takes space of your chart. You can simply just disable this history, and all you're going to get is a small table telling you that you're looking at an average daily range of 20 days, which is 82.25, and today's range and how much of it we have used. Yeah. So that's clear. You can change the colors of the header as you like, whichever color you want. You can change the font color. You can change the border, the body, everything, the size of it, if you want it to be huge or small. All these are customizable. You can change them and modify the style based on the theme you use on your charts. So that's fully customizable. The positioning of the table also can be changed. So if you want it mostly to be on the right, you can do that. Let's say something like this. You just want something small table to look at, bottom right of your charts. You can also change the orientation. So rather than having it horizontally plotted, you can have it vertical. Let's show this as well. So you can have it like this if you like. Let's say, for example, top right, and all you want to see is simply the average daily range for 20 days or whatever, today's range and percentage used. So that's possible as well. So it's fully customized based on your liking. For this range here, this is also customizable. If you don't want to look at this, you only want to look at the table, you can simply just disable this and it will disappear from your chart. Or you can change the color, the transparency as per your liking. The daily opens, these vertical and horizontal lines for the daily open time and price, these can also be disabled if you like. So if you have a certain preference at the moment, if you reset this, the table is going to be bottom center. It will show you 5 days and you will have these vertical lines as well as these remaining ranges of the daily average range. You can change everything as per your liking. For example, this is 20 days. I don't want to see historical. I like this to be vertical. I like to see it at the right top corner of my chart. And I don't want to see any of these daily open time and price. You can simply do that, and then you can save this as default. And whenever you add the indicator into your chart, it will always be as per your custom settings. So in simple terms, that's the indicator. I hope this is going to be useful for everyone to use. If you have any suggestion or recommendation, feel free to jump into Discord. I'll put the link in the Trading View author instructions section so that you can simply just jump there. Let me know if you want anything to be added or changed in this indicator, and I hope you enjoy using it. Peace.